The way I see Corrie is it's a cross between like a sitcom, like an American sitcom, crossed with like a British crime drama. That's the genre I would give Corrie. Okay. Hello and welcome back to Why Won't You Watch Corrie? The podcast where I, Emily, try to convince my sister Vic to start watching Coronation Street, despite the fact that I only started watching it myself a few months ago.
Which still feels like a questionable qualification.
I'm Emily, the newly obsessed one.
And I'm Vic, and I'm definitely still not watching.
This is the podcast where I attempt to explain the events of the Cobbles to Vic.
With absolutely no context.
And surprisingly little understanding.
That's an important detail.
Last week, Vic made it to 1 on the Corrie Conversion Scale, which I personally think is a huge achievement.
I would like to stress that I am still closer to not watching than watching.
Technically, yes, I hear you, but we are trending in the right direction.
Are we, though?
Unfortunately, I do have to report that I've not managed to convert anyone else to Corrie this week.
So your movement is losing momentum?
No, I wouldn't say that. It's just a temporary setback.
Kind of sounds exactly like someone running a cult would say.
It's not a cult, Vic. It's public service.
You've been watching the show for 12 minutes.
And already it's completely taken over my personality.
True.
This week on Corrie, we've got drama, confusion, questionable decisions, and at least one moment where I genuinely had to pause the episode and say, sorry, what?
Which I assume you're now going to attempt to explain to me.
Absolutely.
Badly?
Very badly.
Let's go.
So Vic, buckle in and as we go into This Week on Corrie. All right, Vic, are you ready? Are you settled? Are you comfortable?
I'm in. I've got my tea. I'm on a couch. What more can you ask for?
You've got your brew.
Got my brew.
Got your brew. So there weren't as many storylines this week as last week, perhaps. There were 5 episodes, so we've got, some stuff to get through. But I would say this week we're obviously edging towards the Corrie 5.
Yep.
Which is in about 6 weeks, I think.
Oh, quick.
Yeah, so we're building up. So the big storylines were on those. So number 1, big storyline of the week, Theo and Todd.
Oh, yeah.
Theo and Todd. And it was okay, so Theo's birthday on Monday.
Okay.
Theo is the abuser, Todd's the abusee.
Yep.
And basically Theo said to Todd that he had to pay for his birthday meal, he had to buy his present, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, obviously, as we know, Theo is controlling Todd's money.
Yes, we do know this.
We do know this information.
Yeah.
He gets money for running. That's what we know. So last week we saw Todd had to sell things to get more money. Comes to the day, Theo is incredibly disappointed with his present, which was a blender.
A blender?
It was a blender. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'd probably be disappointed also.
Same.
And then he took him for dinner and he was running a bit late, and Theo decides to invite a couple of other people over who are characters in the show, but they have not had a storyline since I've been watching.
Okay.
So he invites them over, and then at the end of the dinner says, don't worry, we'll pay for this, and then goes to Todd, you're paying.
Oh, I love when that happens to people.
And Todd goes up to pay, and he's only got £80 in cash, and he doesn't have his bank card. I think Theo's got his bank card. I think that's how he's controlling his money. Yeah. So then Theo's like, don't worry, I'll pay, and then completely has a go at Todd for not being able to pay. Also, what we learn this episode is in that particular episode, Theo is he's got 2 kids that are not talking to him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why,
right?
But they're not talking to him. Probably not a great sign if this is an abusive storyline.
Yeah.
So anyway, that episode ends with a fight.
I love a fight.
Where Theo gets out a knife and Todd is going, come on then, because he's obviously reached his tether. Theo then gets up and leaves. The next day, Theo breaks up with Todd. Yeah, exactly. Which you might think this is a good thing.
Yeah.
No. This is the next step in coercive control, basically. He's now making Todd... I think he realised with the knife thing that he didn't have the control over Todd.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he's broken up with him, because then he's going to make Todd want him. And he does things like he is quite openly on a dating site kind of thing in front of Todd, and then he starts shit staring with the Undertaker storyline and the reviews of the undertakers of the funeral home.
Yeah.
So, and he's playing Mr. Nice Guy to everyone else. So then obviously Todd is made to look like the bad guy. It is all the key markers for coercive control.
Sounds terrible.
It is not ideal. I'm not going to lie. Some other key takeaways that we learned on this storyline, though, is Todd used to date Sarah Platt.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So he must have been in the show for quite some time.
Yeah.
So he used to date Sarah Platt, and then the Undertaker used to date Todd's mum.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, this week was just a continued build-up. I think what's going to happen is Todd's going to go back. They're going to end up getting back together.
Yeah.
But as a result, Todd's going to get even more controlled by Theo. I think that's where we're seeing this storyline heading to.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's got to get to the point where we believe that someone will want to kill him.
Is he one of the 5?
He's one of the Corrie. Come on, Vic, keep up.
Sorry, I
keep
forgot.
up. He's one of the Corrie 5.
Okay.
So we've got to get to the point that
somebody wants to kill him.
So I think that they're going to get back together. It's going to get worse, and maybe people will find out what's going on. I don't know. But yeah, so that's Theo and Todd this week. Storyline 2 of the week. Actually, storyline 2. It should have been storyline 1, I should say. This is 3 storylines that are getting combined this week.
Whoa.
I know, you're telling me. This is bringing together the bromance, the mother-in-law, and the grandson and Lauren love triangle thing. What's going on? So we'll do a little bit, and then we're going to bring it together. I think that's the easiest way I can explain this story.
Okay.
Keep.
I'll try to keep up.
Keep up. That's what we're trying to say. So this week, bromance, it's Steve's dad's funeral. So that happens on that happens on Thursday. So that's kind of the leading up to it in the week. He invites the landlord, his new bromance, Tim, his friend, before the bromance gets jealous.
Yeah.
But he also goes in like a Hawaiian shirt, which was odd. So that's where we're going.
Inappropriate.
I mean,
each to their own, I guess.
Maybe that's what they do up north.
Who are we to say otherwise?
On the mother-in-law storyline and the grandson storyline, this is kind of a combined... okay, the mother-in-law is across both. So we're going to go grandson and Lauren. So grandson obviously tried to date Lauren.
Yep.
She stood him up. He then went on a date with Steve's daughter.
Okay.
Okay, so they were kind of starting to date.
Right.
Now, the mother-in-law hates that more than she hated him and Lauren.
Right.
And we don't really know why, but she then starts meddling and she's like, hey, Lauren, I really want you to date my grandson.
Right.
So then she offers to look after Lauren's baby, because Lauren has baby.
Okay.
And Lauren then rocks up at the place where they're on a date looking quite like done up and stuff, so he can't keep his eyes off of her. The other girl, Steve's daughter, gets pissed off, and then she like kind of is in a huff with him. He can't get in touch with her, so the logical thing to do is for him to make out with Lauren.
Of course.
She then walks in the room because the mother-in-law's like, he's in there.
Yeah.
And obviously then they break up.
Excellent.
And then it comes to the Thursday of the funeral, and everybody goes back to the Rovers after the funeral.
Yeah.
So obviously Steve's daughter is there because it was her granddad that was getting buried.
Yeah.
And Lauren and the grandson walk in.
Oh.
And it all kind of kicks off, and Steve is drunk and starts being protective of the daughter and starts yelling at him. So then the bro gets involved,
of course,
and is like, get out my pub, and kicks him out the pub.
Excellent.
And it all really escalates. But through both of these storylines, it's like the mother-in-law is stirring the pot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenes where she's just stood in the background, she's not even smiling. She's just pulling faces and really paying attention to what's going on with this whole situation. And I found it quite funny because her face was just gold, but at the same time I was like, what's going on? And we find out.
Oh, okay.
We're not having to wait around for this. On Thursday's episode, now it was pretty obvious, but I wanted to keep you hanging, Vic. On Thursday's episode, any guesses?
She's the mother of someone?
Not quite, but almost.
Grandmother of someone?
Not quite, but almost. I'll fill you in.
Okay, thank you.
On Thursday's episode, we find out that Steve's dad was also, in fact, the bro's dad.
Oh.
The landlord's dad. So the bromance is actually...
Brothers.
Brothers. Yeah.
half brothers.
Yeah, half brothers, and that is why Steve didn't want. She didn't want him dating Steve's daughter because that's incest. And as much as it's okay on Game of Thrones.
Was it okay on Game of Thrones?
As much as it happened, as much as it happened on Game of Thrones, I feel like it's not a Corrie.
It shouldn't happen.
I mean, maybe it was a past storyline. I don't know. It's Coronation Street, but true. It's not currently happening because the mother-in-law made sure that that didn't happen.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, but she hasn't actually told anyone, so she's going to have to keep this meddling to make sure that people don't, accidentally get together.
Seems like a lot of hard work for her.
Seems like a lot of hard work, and the reason we find out is because basically Steve's dad's friends who were at the funeral were at the pub, and he's like, "I know you," so it sounds like she was a mistress. For quite some time. Yeah, exactly. Scandalous. And that's the other thing is Steve's dad died of some illness, so now she's worried that her son's going to have the illness because it's hereditary. Now, I do think that he will, and I do think that's how this storyline's going to come out.
Yeah.
It's got to come out. It's got to come out. It's got to come out before the 23rd of April because we need a reason to want to kill her. So, and it's brilliant. And currently, I don't particularly want to kill her. I think she's just meddling and she's quite funny. Yeah. Well, she's meddling. She wouldn't be funny in my life, but she's meddling. Cool. But I don't think she's killable at this point in time.
Right.
Side notes from this storyline is the daughter-in-law's daughter, we found out. She's got a little daughter called Susie, who's like 6, 7, 8. She's little. She is not the landlord's daughter, so that must be a newer relationship. The little 6, 7, or 8-year-old, her dad died. Okay. So I don't know what the storyline is there. Also, shout out Ken Barlow was in it this week, which we now know, longest person. So he was in it, and he had some lines. He was in the Stephen McDonald household. I think he might be a relation of Tracy Barlow because they both have the surname Barlow.
That would make sense.
That's my assumption.
Yep.
Also, side note of this storyline, at one point, the mother-in-law is looking after Lauren's kid, so that she can go out and look fancy for the grandson.
Yep.
And basically, it's not her that's looking after it, it's Susie, the 8, 9, 7-year-old.
It's however old this child is.
Who then comes in at one point, it's like, I need scissors to give it a haircut. And I was like, why are we letting a little child look after... But okay.
It doesn't seem like that's going to end well.
So the next mini, and this one I'd say was a mini main. So mini main. Okay. So this includes our third Corrie 5 of the week.
They've all had screen time this week.
I know. Except for 2 of them. I can't even remember who the other 2 are at this point. Oh, Sister. Sister did have some screen time. Big Bad Boldy has had no screen time. Oh. So Harry Potter is the next storyline. So Harry Potter's getting more stressed.
Yep.
We know that he's taking drugs that supposedly help him study. They're ADHD drugs that will help him study for his exams. He is getting stressed about them. There was a delightful scene where he was sick in the week, which I hated when they show that on TV. We don't need to know.
Yeah.
The teacher, so one of his stepmums is like saying to everyone, I'm worried about him, like he seems really stressed, I don't think it's just his exams, blah blah blah. And she says it to the teacher that's sleeping with the pupil.
Oh yeah, they're still sleeping together then.
They're still sleeping together.
Okay, cool.
He says it to the teacher that's sleeping with the pupil who knows that he knows, Harry Potter knows, and is threatening him. So this teacher then goes up and basically confesses entirely about sleeping with Will.
Wow.
But goes, it doesn't matter though, because if you tell people, I'll lie and make it out like you're a peeping Tom because of the camera that he had put in the house a few weeks ago. So that obviously makes him more sick. Also this week with that storyline, so the teacher lives with Leanne, who is a stepmom of Harry Potter.
Okay.
And Leanne walks in whilst the teacher is on the phone having flirty conversations with the pupil.
Oh.
But obviously, Leanne doesn't know that.
Yeah.
She assumes it's her boyfriend, the other teacher.
Yeah.
So then at some point, which I thought was a bit odd, she sees the other teacher and they're chatting and she's like, oh, I'm sorry I interrupted your sexy chats the other day. And I was like, even if I had interrupted someone, I don't think I'd then go up to the other person and be like, haha, I heard you on the phone. I'd probably just let that lie. Yeah. But Leanne didn't. And he turned around and was like, yeah, I wasn't having those chats. So the suspicion level is growing. We're going to see suspicion, I think, grow.
It's got to. At some point, this has to be...
Well, we've got till the 23rd of April.
Well, you got 6 weeks, haven't you? Mm-hmm. To sort their shiz out.
Exactly. Moving on. we've got The Undertaker. So The Undertaker, the story just continues. There's nothing really to add, to be completely honest. They, Annie is the one who's accusing him of stealing money.
Yeah.
It's all over socials, it's all over the news. It makes it into the news, sorry. The actual news off of socials. And so then at the end of the week, it basically continues to bubble along, continues to grow. He goes into the pub. The mother-in-law's in a bad mood and bars him from the pub. So then he leaves. His missus leaves. Todd leaves because he works at the Undertaker's.
Yeah.
And then one of the bartenders, who it turns out is his sister, also leaves and is like, I quit. If you're going to bar my brother, I ain't going to work here anymore.
Excellent.
And then the next day, the mother-in-law apologises and they all come back.
Okay.
So, we went this way. Storyline continues. The next mini storyline I am calling Poogate. And actually, this does involve Sister, so the fourth of the Corrie Fives. So Sister has had this running storyline for a couple of weeks now where she's been walking David and Shona's dog and letting it poo wherever and not picking it up, which is unacceptable behaviour, to be honest. Not sure it's enough to kill anyone, but...
No.
I'm sure crazier things have happened. But this week, the poo story escalates because one of the people who has been having a go at her is a lawyer. And he's been really mad because he stood in the poo one day. So she decides to leave poo in a bag on his car bonnet.
Right.
Which was normal behaviour.
Of course.
Then he has a go at her.
Well, yeah.
So then David Platt is like, why did you do that? And she was like, well, I found it fun, it was thrilling, blah, blah, blah. So then they decide together to put poo on the bonnet again the next night.
What?
But what should be noted is that the lawyer's around the corner filming it. So then he then uploads it to the Weatherfield Facebook page. They don't say Facebook page, probably not allowed to, but the Weatherfield page. Yeah, socials, which obviously gets loads of comments, loads of hate. And then they go and ask him to take it down because she's got a storyline where she's got an abusive ex or something.
Right.
And he's like, no, if you do the crime, you take the punishment, you have to keep it up. It's you shouldn't have done it, blah, blah, blah. But then his girlfriend, who is also a lawyer, says to take it down.
Okay.
And then we're going into our final storyline of the week, which is I'm calling the lawyers. I don't know why I did that, because they are both lawyers. And basically the poo man is a lawyer, as is his girlfriend. And the reason she wants it taken down is because in the back of the video, she's getting out of a car. Now, I don't know what her storyline is. I do believe she is a Corrie character. I don't think she's like a temporary person. Yeah. But there is something suspicious about her. And there was lots of suspicious scenes of her getting into cars. Now, what I managed to pick up is there's something going on with someone called Jenny Mackey. And the two lawyers are at different firms, and I think he's taken her on as a client, but she left the other firm, so that's some form of issue that's happening there. Okay. But I'm not sure. I think this one's a grower. I think we'll see what's going to happen. I think that's being set up for next week. But the lawyers, new episodes. Side note, Lawyer One, male lawyer Poo Man, he has an Aston Martin. That's his car. That's what they put the poo on. I'd be mad if someone put a poo on an Aston Martin.
I mean, I'd be mad if somebody put poo on my own car in real life.
It's
not an Aston Martin.
But my question is, and I genuinely mean this, like, how much is the Coronation Street budget? Because how can they afford an Aston Martin on the cobbles?
Well, I mean, it's like you say, Corrie's been going for 60 plus years. It's got to have some money in the bank.
And now, Vic, we're moving on to the fun stuff, the things we know and love. It's the Coronation Street Stats Report.
Do you love the stats? Hit me with some numbers.
We do. We do the Coronation Street Stats Report because I love numbers, I love analysis, I love tables, I love percentages, I love all things factual. And if I can't sway you over with numbers, Vic, I'm not sure what I can. So here we go. Here we go. Okay, Vic. Villain energy this week was a 4.
It feels like there was a lot of villains.
There was a lot of villains, and it was an increase on last week. Last week we only had 2, I think. So this week we've got 4 villain energies. Suspicious behaviour went up quite a bit this week.
Oh, it has to.
Yeah, suspicion behaviour went on a 7.
Oh, wow.
I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure the lawyer got 3 of those.
That makes sense.
But she was really suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, getting into mystery cars.
You're telling me. Secrets I went for 3. We
Okay.
had 3 secrets, and I don't know whether that's because some of them weren't secrets to me. I think the secrets is confusing because sometimes I know.
Yeah.
But the person on the Cobbles doesn't know. So am I doing secrets from me or secrets from them? So then I just panic. And I give it a point.
Well, I mean, I think all secrets.
Yeah, fair. Fancy a brew, we got 2.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, fancy a brew. Conversations that happened in public that should have happened at home.
Oh,
How many are we on this week?
They are always having these inappropriate conversations.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's been a big week. I'm going to go 5.
It was 3, actually.
Ooh.
It was 3.
Okay.
Because some of the conversations just went on for quite a long time, but actually that's on a par with last week. That's on 2.73%.
Fine.
Yeah. Arguments or storm outs?
Again, it seems like it's been quite an eventful week. So I'm going to say less than suspicious at 4. I'm going to go 4.
So, fun fact, Vic, fancy a brew and arguments were the only 2 categories that went down this week.
Oh.
And they both went down. One went down by 1.36%. That was arguments.
Of course.
The other went down by 0.68%. That was fancy a brew.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering if there's some correlation there because they all had less caffeine in their systems. They were less volatile and less wanting to storm out and argue with people. So maybe that's the key. Or
once people have had an argument, they then fancy a brew.
Oh.
Make up over
That's
a nice
why we're drinking tea.
Have we had an argument?
No. Yeah, so I don't know, something to ponder over. Now we're going to do this one now. The Don't Be Daft scale. Oh my God, Vic. I thought we were going to be in for a great week because on Monday alone, we had 3.
I mean, that's the most there's ever been.
It's the most there's ever been. It's the most. And I was so, like, there were 3. I watched it and I thought there was 2 and then I rewatched the episode and there were 3. Yes,
I was just getting loud.
Yeah, I watched it 3 times. And I'm not going to lie, I text you and I text Legacy Lauren and I was like, there are 3 Don't Be Dafts on Monday. This is going to be a banging week.
Yeah.
And then how many do you think we had the rest of the week?
Probably none.
0. I was so disappointed. But you know what? We got 3. That's a record week.
I was going to say, it's a record high.
It's a record high. We're going to go with gasps this week.
Okay.
What do you reckon that number is?
Like you audibly gasping.
Kind of.
I mean, you did pause it to say what?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say 4.
It was 6.5.
Oh, wow.
6.5 gasps this week.
Did you have a half gasp?
No, one of them I put as a 0.5 because it made my eyebrows raise so high, my forehead became a 2 head. So I was just like, but I didn't actually gasp, and I thought it deserved an honourable mention.
Yeah, I agree.
We got to 6.5, and then finally, the most important category in the Coronation Street Stats report is the number of times I laughed this week.
Well, that's an important one.
At Coronation Street, not just in life.
In life. I'm going to say 6.
Victoria, it is 26. 26 times. That is 23.64% of the week. That is a 3.64% increase week on week.
Oh my God.
Corrie is just getting funnier as we go.
Funny or more ridiculous?
Okay, Victoria, let's move on. This is the part of the show that I like to call the Coronation Street Awards. So we've got a classic, we've got an oldie but a goodie. Villain of the week.
Oh, yeah.
And this week it's 3 of the Corrie 5 because they've had big stories.
Yeah, okay.
So we got the sister, we got Theo, we got teacher. Sister putting pill on an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Villainous behaviour.
Definitely.
Theo.
Just a dick.
Yeah. Theo doing things, the words I can't use.
Yeah.
And teacher is still a paedophile.
Yeah.
And teacher's also just like icky and gross and mean and evil.
Did teacher win it?
It's either Theo or teacher. I haven't actually made a decision. You can decide.
I decide teacher.
Yeah, I think teacher's right. Theo's playing a game,
yeah,
but he wasn't, and it is a villain game. But I think the teacher just is gross.
Yeah,
like absolute gross. Okay, cool. Let's move on. So teacher wins it. Teacher is our villain of the week. Next one, most value player, MVP of the week. Who are we going for, Vic?
Ken Barlow.
Ken Barlow, damn, I didn't even think of Ken Barlow. Oh no. Okay, Ken Barlow's getting added.
Okay.
Ken Barlow or the mother-in-law.
Okay.
Controversial, because obviously she's one of the villains. She's one of the Corrie Five, so we would expect her not to reach the MVP level. But this week she really made me laugh because she just seemed to be probably in about 80% of the scenes, just stood in the background pulling faces. And I was like, I don't know why you're so, like, funny, because she's not meant to be, but she was. And then obviously she let this kid, like, look after a kid, and she just did things that were just a little bit funny to me. So you've thrown a spanner in the works with Ken Barlow, but I think I'm going to go with the mother-in-law for
I think you should. She seemed to have more.
She was the one. So the mother-in-law is the MVP of the week. Award 3, the most unhinged moment of the week. So we have 2, and by this I mean things that I don't think you would do in real life. Necessarily.
Right.
So number 1 is putting someone's poo on the car.
Yeah.
I don't think that you would do that, especially because there was no real reason. She just seemed to get a little bit pissed off and put it on the car, and I was like, that's just a little bit extreme.
It seems a bit odd. Yeah.
So that's number 1. And number 2 is leaving Susie in charge of a baby. Like
the 5, 6, 7-year-old.
The 5, 6, 7-year-old. Yeah. So those are my most unhinged moments of the week, and I am going for poo on the car.
Yeah, that's exactly where my brain went.
Poo on the car wins most unhinged moment of the week.
It's just odd.
Exactly. We have a little award this week. I'm not sure if it is an award or deserves an honourable shout out. Maybe it's an MTV award, like where they win a surfboard rather than an Oscar. So this is most bizarre scene of the week. And basically, there's this scene the day after Todd and Theo break up where he goes for a run.
Right.
And he puts on this, like, playlist of someone being, positive affirmations. Breathe deeply, do this. But they...
run to?
Yeah, the scene is played where that's blasting through whilst he's running through, like, Corrie. And, like, there's other scenes that you're being snipped to with that playing. And I just thought that was a really interesting, like, directorial, editorial decision.
That's odd,
to be honest. Like, and then when it stops, he takes his headphones out and it stops suddenly, which is quite jarring. So this gets the award for most bizarre scene of the week.
Yeah,
because I couldn't quite understand why we're filming like that. It was almost like when they were trying to do something artsy, and I was just a bit confused. Yeah. If I'm being honest.
It's too much art for you.
It was just a bit too artsy for Corrie.
Yeah.
You know? The way I see Corrie is it's a cross between, like, a sitcom, like an American sitcom, crossed with, like, a British crime drama. That's the genre I would give Corrie. So I don't need artsy. I'm not looking at an independent movie. I'm thinking veer across with Friends. We're moving on to Last Orders. If you've not listened before, Last Orders is the section where I take a character that's been big in the week in the street that week. It's been big in the street that week, and I decide how I make all my judgments on life if I would go for a drink with them.
It's important.
It's important. I feel like that's the best way to know if I could build a relationship. So the person who's been pretty heavy through this podcast, I think it would be remiss to not pick this person for this segment, is the mother-in-law.
It has to be.
It has to be. Any thoughts from your side on this so far?
I mean, I think I'm a bit afraid of the mother-in-law, to be honest.
Fun, me too.
So I'm not sure I would want to go for a drink with her.
Should it be you and me and her just standing in the background staring at us?
Yeah. Kind of sounds terrifying. Although she also sounds like the type of person who, if she asked you to go for a drink, you have to say yes.
Oh, you won't say no. No.
You can't.
No. So these are my thoughts, which actually quite correlate. So I've said she's Irish, so she can drink very well.
Yeah.
Like, that is a fact. She's got a backstory, so she might be interesting. There might be some interesting things that come out.
Yeah.
She's one of the Corrie Five, so I would definitely be a bit scared of her.
Yeah.
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 She does have gaslight behaviours, for sure, because she's totally gaslit, like the grandson with the whole Lauren and then Steve's daughter storyline. Yeah. So she does do that, and I feel like after a few drinks, and she'll get you an Irish whiskey or something like that.
It'll be doing shots before the end of the night, wouldn't you?
Literally. But I would like to go to the pub with her because I'm confused by this whole family dynamic.
Yeah.
So I kind of just want to grill her so I can understand what the hell is going on and who is related to who and why there are so many children and grandchildren, and I don't understand their dynamic. I don't know how they're all related, and I would like to get to the bottom of it.
I mean, maybe with time it'll actually come out.
Maybe if I went and watched some of the backstory.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. Okay, cool. So we're going to do some ratings.
Yep.
As per usual. So small talkability. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, she's a pub
landlord.
She's got to have good small talkability. She's a pub landlord. Okay. So I think probably like a 4.5, 5.
So I've given her a 2.
Oh.
And there's a reason why.
Okay.
The reason I gave her a 2 was because I think if she wanted to sit there in silence, she would sit there in silence and not give a shit that it's awkward.
Yeah.
So okay. Maybe I should give her a 3 actually, because I think you're right. I think she has the ability to do small talk. She works in a pub. People who work in hospitality can do small talk. That's part of,
You have to.
You have to. But I also think she would just sit in silence and not care.
Well, okay.
So, drama risk.
She's a high drama person.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
I've given her 5 points out of 5. 5 out of 5. Gossip value.
I mean, she seems to be in a lot of stories. They're probably quite high as well.
So I've gone 3.
Okay.
Because I don't think she would share the gossip.
Okay.
I think she would sit there because she's not sharing about the dad and it and all that.
She already has high gossip that's she's keeping to herself.
Exactly. And I don't think she gives a shit about other people's gossip.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think she'd listen into other gossip. So she wouldn't share the gossip of hers or anyone's.
I was going to say, but you're a pub landlord. You're going to be in the key gossip area.
I don't think she'd listen.
Oh.
I genuinely don't think she'd give a shit.
She's landlording wrong.
She is landlording wrong. Second drink possibility.
Again, I think if she asked, you would have no choice but to say yes. So, yes.
I've put a question mark out of 5 with the comment, I'd be too scared to say no.
Yeah, there you go.
So, it's up to her. If she wants to have a second drink with me, I'm in.
It's happening.
Yeah. And then I put need an exit plan.
I will call you with something's gone wrong.
I've
been hit by a bike.
Yeah. Hey, that happens.
I know.
Would need an exit plan. I said yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Would need a strong exit plan.
Absolutely.
And it would have to be strong.
Yeah.
So overall, to go for a drink with her, I've put a 3 out of 5 with a strong exit plan because I don't think you'd have the choice to say no.
No.
So this is the bit with Legacy Lauren, who is back this week for some more... with a voice note with more facts, bits of history, or juicy gossip from someone in Coronation Street.
We've got a guess.
She's helping educate us on the world of Coronation Street. So
educate you.
Educate.
I'm here for fun.
Okay, let's hear the clue from Legacy Lauren. It's time to play Who on the Cobbles. Okay, Vic, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 1.
I have faced serious health battles requiring 2 separate kidney transplants to save my life.
Oh.
And both kidneys were donated to me by my brothers. 2 separate brothers, 2 different kidneys. Who am I?
Okay.
So I know this one.
Oh, good, because you've given me no information of anyone who's had a kidney transplant.
Really? There wasn't any information last week?
Was there?
Yes, there was.
Oh, I don't remember.
There was. Vic, as mentioned last week, this is a fan favourite. This is an Emily with favourite. This is Swallow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not Swallow, because that's 2 people. So this is about one of the Swallows.
Okay.
Any guesses on who?
Carla.
It was Carla. Carla has had 2 kidney transplants. One happened last year, for sure.
Yeah.
There was a whole thing. I don't know about the other one.
Okay.
I do not know when the other one happened, but I do know that she has had 2 because of TikTok and...
What's wrong with her that she needed 2?
I think one failed.
Well, both clearly failed.
No. She had, both failed. Hers failed. So she had a kidney transplant.
Yeah.
And then that kidney transplant failed. So then she had another kidney transplant.
I was picturing that she had one done and then needed the other done.
No, because you can live with one kidney.
Yeah, brain didn't register that.
Yeah. Carla, I think Carla, let's listen to the answer.
It's Carla who tops the Weatherfield charts for most kidney transplants at 2. And yes, both of them donated by her brothers. One was a half-brother, but still, 2 brothers stepping in to save the day there.
That is really kind of them. Yeah, although I do know from TikTok that one of them did cause some issues.
Of course.
Because
Corrie.
He was in prison and agreed to do it because he wanted to escape prison. So that was the storyline there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he kidnapped her. Carla got kidnapped 3 times last year.
What is wrong with this woman?
Hey! Don't speak ill of Swallow.
What is she doing to be kidnapped 3 times?
I don't know. She's obviously very kidnappable. I think it might have even been twice. In my account, it's twice, but TikTok is telling me it's 3 times. Okay. So, I mean, I could go back and watch it, but that would really ruin the whole point of this podcast. So, it ain't happening. Number 2, you ready?
Ready.
My first wife was murdered, leaving me a single father. In a shocking twist that would only happen in Weatherfield. I fell in love and then married a woman only to discover that she was the mother of the man who killed my first wife.
What?
Who am I?
Scandalous.
There was a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
So his man's wife got murdered.
Yep.
Married new wife.
Yep.
It was that wife's husband
who murdered his first wife.
His first wife.
That's what I took from that.
Okay, so we're thinking of a man.
Yep. I only really remember David Platt or Mal.
Well, Mal, I don't think is a real
Ken Barlow?
Oh my god, I wouldn't know. We've already had Ken. Lauren's already given us
true.
Ken Barlow.
That's true.
So I feel like Ken Barlow's no Steve. But his ex-wife is definitely still alive and still living with him, and he's got a girlfriend living there. So maybe not Steve. David Platt.
She seems too young to have all that drama.
He does seem too young to have all that drama.
Is it going to be like...
Okay, who else is it? I don't think we'll do Dev again. I don't think it's Dev. Roy?
Oh, Roy!
But he's not currently with anyone.
Oh.
And I know a bit of his backstory. And I don't think it's Roy. What other men do we have?
Postman?
The side part of the postman. Ken. There's Brian, the bookkeeper.
Brian? The Undertaker?
Could go the Undertaker. Should we go the Undertaker?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know his name.
I don't know if he has one.
Okay, let's go the Undertaker.
We're going the Undertaker. Lauren, tell us the answer.
David's Platt first wife was murdered. Kylie, who he met in Ibiza, she was a cage dancer. And now Shona, she is the mother of Clayton, who killed Kylie. Who knew? And I think that all came out on Christmas Day, because why wouldn't it?
What? Hang on. How old was this person that killed the wife?
Hang on. So Shona's son, it was the son that killed the wife, not the ex-husband.
No, clearly we listened terribly the first time.
Okay, so Shona has a son who killed David Platt's ex-wife, who was a cage dancer in Ibiza.
Of course she was.
This is too much information for my brain to handle on a Friday evening. I didn't think David Platt was old enough, although he is in his 30s for sure. I think he's like 35.
When did his first wife get murdered?
So he could have got married at 20,
yeah,
21,
true.
Or 18.
I'm
pretty sure.
I mean,
So he could have been murdered 20 years ago-ish, depending on how old he is. I think he's late 30s.
Okay.
So he could have been murdered. That could have happened 20 years ago. But
oh
also,
my God.
How did it come out? I kind of want to watch this episode. I'm so excited by this. But not because, it's a terrible storyline. It's a great storyline. It is a fantastic storyline. Do you not think, Vic?
It's an interesting storyline.
Would it have you hooked? And Vic, we're now at the end of the show. We're at the part that everybody's the most excited about. We're at the part that I'm the most excited about. How much have I managed to pull you into the Corrieverse? Bearing in mind we've had, abuse. Actually, that's probably not a good thing to advertise.
Yeah, that's not pulling me in.
No. We've had more suspicion. We've had storylines coming out. We're building up towards the Corrie 5. We've had stats coming. We've had Don't Be Daft score 3. We've had Shona and her cage dancing, not Shona.
No.
Shona. But the murder. We've had Carla with 2 kidney transplants.
I mean, there's been some shocking news revelations.
Exactly. Tell me, Vic, what are your thoughts on Corrie this week?
I feel like you're starting to take my scoring too personally. This is about Corrie, not about you.
I think you'll find it's about you starting to watch Corrie.
No, I'm still not feeling like I need to start watching it.
Okay.
I think I'm probably going to stick at a 1.
No way!
Yeah.
No way! I disagree.
This isn't about you.
No, it's about you!
It's about me.
What's wrong with you?
I don't want to watch Corrie.
But Vic, do you know what I think happened?
What?
I think you moved up 5 points in that first week and you've panicked. So now you're just going, nah. And I think you're not prepared to open like Todd's running soundtrack.
Oh, God.
You need some positive affirmations. You need to sit and be happy within yourself.
I'm very happy.
And think about how much more fulfilled you'd be if you watched Coronation Street.
I disagree with you.
All right, I'm
quite happy not watching Corrie.
Let me throw a question out there.
Okay.
If I was on Coronation Street, would you watch it?
I would watch your scenes.
Okay. New petition incoming. Get me on Coronation Street. I'm feeling extra in the Rovers.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because then it's only one scene you have to initially watch. But if I could be an extra for a long scene, then you'd have to watch the entire scene whilst I'm sat in the back. Like the mother-in-law!
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm just so excited. I could sit in the back like the mother-in-law, just staring at people, and you'd have to watch the entire scene. Maybe I could do that for a whole episode. Just continually be in the back.
What, just like hopping out of a bush? Just like, hello!
And then you'd have to watch.
I think I would stop watching after one scene.
way!
If you had told me that all you did through Corrie was hover in every background, looking suspicious for next week.
Oh God, on that note, with our lack of movement, we'll be back next week where hopefully we get some movement on Vic going up that Corrie Conversion Scale, because otherwise I'm going to have to work out how to get a job on Corrie, which
You want anyway.
I want anyway. Thanks for listening. I'm Emily.
And I'm Vic.
And this is Why Won't You? We can say this
Watch Corrie.
If you like the show, go and listen to our socials. We're on TikTok, we're on Insta. If you've come from our socials, leave a comment so we can get more views. Come on, please.
Share us.
If you know anything about Coronation Street and we're getting it wrong, please let us know, because I am trying to learn on the job with little to zero support from Victoria.
Because I don't watch it.
Please share with us anything we're getting wrong. Please help us with some of these connections, because I do not understand where the mother-in-law has come from, who's related to who. I need some links sorted, so if there's anybody out there listening who wants to help, please do. I'd appreciate that. But for now, if you want to get in touch, why won't you watch at gmail.com, TikTok, why won't you watch, Insta, why won't you watch. Tell us if you think we should join X and Facebook. I don't really understand, I'm far too old for that.
Yep.
Thank you. Until next week, I'm Emily.
And I'm Vic. We'll see you then.
We're tapping out.